This is Robert Trujillo from Metallica, and you are watching for BassPlayersOnly.com?
.com.
That'll work. All right, check it out. Yeah, because it rules.
Hi everyone, I'm Jon Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com, and we are here today with the one and only Robert Trujillo. How you doing, Robert?
I'm doing great, thanks.
I really enjoyed the interview we did recently, and we got the whole story about your upbringing and about Metallica, and we talked about surfing, and we talked about all kinds of stuff. That interview is on the website for Bass Players Only. Check it out. Today, I'd like to talk about Jaco.
Okay.
I think you're a little bit of a fan.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Who isn't?
Who isn't?
Who isn't
Right.
that's watching this
Exactly.
anyway?
At least. Yeah.
So we were very excited to hear about the documentary that you are spearheading. Why don't I just turn it over to you? Tell us about what you're doing and where it stands and all that good stuff.
When I was a teenager, I had the good fortune of seeing Jaco play at least 4 times, and caught him with Weather Report at the Playboy Jazz Festival, and then I saw him at the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium, which was actually our local kind of concert venue.
I've been there.
You know the zone.
I saw one of those Warren, what's the ski guy?
Oh yeah, Warren Miller.
Yeah.
They had a lot of the surf and ski movies there, and it was just an eye-opening experience. It in a lot of ways it changed my life, because that's where, you know, I saw that the instrument, the bass as an instrument, could propel itself into the forefront and not just be sort of the guy in the back, you know, holding it down, you know, on the sly, you know, but actually could be up in the front and in control, just beyond the music, but also the stage presence alone was really incredible. But Jaco, you know, it just, you know, kind of, he set the bar. I mean, the bar was just so high that it was almost unattainable to a certain degree, but the great thing about it is it inspired you to take the instrument into other directions. So at the time, I wasn't necessarily trying to play Teen Town note for note or Portrait of Tracy or anything, but I was writing, you know, creating music with him in mind. So a band like the Infectious Grooves was inspired by Jaco Pastorius, but it was also inspired by bands like, you know, Metallica or Slayer or the Sex Pistols. But bass, as a bassist, probably the main inspiration would have been Jaco.
Now, I saw the some snippets or the trailer of the Jaco film, and I remember Steve Bailey, Juan Alderete, Flea. You got so what did you went around and you interviewed people and said, "Tell me how Jaco influenced you." What is the film exactly about?
Well, the trailer is different than the film. They're just little excerpts from people's interviews. The film is actually got a lot of treasures in there. I mean, we since that the trailer that you saw, you know, we've got incredible interview with Joni Mitchell and Jerry Jamot, and it's really a work of art. My opinion is it's a work of art, and you know, when you're talking about a film that's, say, 100 minutes long or so, it's almost impossible to go through every band that Jaco was in and every childhood friend growing up and all these things. And as filmmaker, I'm not an avid filmmaker per se. I mean, there are people that work with me that handle that.
You will be by the time you get done.
I probably will be. I'll need a break though. But you know, it's a very difficult, challenging journey to take on something like this. But we have so many treasures, and we do have a lot of great interviews, which is going to make for great DVD extras, and there will be a director's cut.
But the film is going to tell his story. Was you going to start with his childhood, or you're going to go through?
We're going to get into a lot of different things. You know, not giving too much away, but we're going to get into.
What do you want the people to know?
Well, I mean, most importantly, we want people to understand Jaco's brilliance. We want people to understand, you know, his the disease, you know, that needs to be understood.
Bipolar.
Yeah, it wasn't just like somebody who had a little too much to drink. You know, it was deeper than that. there are people that I think that appear on this earth and provide us with incredible creative energy, and whether it's in art, painting, science, and of course music, and they take us somewhere. They take the instrument somewhere that it's just unfathomable. You know what I mean? It's uncharted territory. Hendrix did that, and like we say, Jaco Pastorius was the Jimi Hendrix of the instrument, but he was beyond that too, because he was such a great composer, and then at the same time he was also, as we were saying a minute ago, an incredible performer, and pulling from different influences of himself, whether it's Muhammad Ali or Bruce Lee or for real, and bringing that to the stage, to his attitude, to his edge, and bringing that conviction and presenting that to the world. Hopefully this film will inspire people, and it'll create that surge and that recognition for Jaco and awareness to him and his music, and maybe there's somebody else that will take it a few steps further.
Well, where does the film stand right now, and when could we expect it to be released?
I think really Record Store Day 2015 is an optimal time for the release of the soundtrack and the film.
You mentioned
again, there'll be a festival run of screenings. Yeah.
Tell me briefly about the soundtrack. Is it Jaco, or is it people playing Jaco's music?
It's mostly Jaco, but we have some surprise cutting edge moments in there as well, which is very exciting, because I think it's great when you can take compositions by various artists can take a composition by someone like Jaco and put their stamp on it and present it to the world, and also to other fan bases as well, to embrace the style and that composition. The bulk of the compositions will be Jaco and Weather Report, and be some Joni Mitchell in that mix, and a couple other surprises. It is a great film, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And again, hopefully this is just the first step in many more steps to Jaco Pastorius's genius and his story.
Well, I, for one, can't wait for it, and I know they can't either. Robert Trujillo, great catching up with you again. Then, Jaco, good luck with the film.
Thanks.
I'm Jon Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.